everybody, and welcome back to my channel. So I have a little creepy story for y'all today, and it is about our neighborhood ice cream man. And when I say creepy, I legitimately mean he has creeped me out. Every time I see him come down the street and I am outside, I sprint back inside because I don't want to be anywhere near this ice cream truck. Now, this ice cream truck, we normally have about 2 that come down the street a day. And the first one comes around noon, 2 o'clock. The average ice cream man, he comes and goes, nothing weird about him. But this ice cream man in particular, now he comes down the street around 8 to 10 o'clock at night. Now, I don't know about you, but I've never seen anybody, especially a child, outside at 10 o'clock at night waiting for the ice cream man. Now, that's a little obsessive to me. Like, why you be coming at 10 o'clock at night? Nobody's going to buy ice cream. Now, the past couple of times that I have been outside in my garage, just sitting in the front yard, this ice cream man, he's kind of weird. He will go down the street very, very slow. And when I mean super slow, I mean you can walk faster than he is driving. And he will sometimes stop in the middle of the street. There doesn't even have to be anybody outside. And he will literally just stop, look around in people's yards, especially if you got your garage open. He likes to stop in front of those houses, and he likes to really turn his head and look into people's garages and backyards, and he's done it. He's done it 3 times to my house. Like, me and my sister will be sitting in the garage or something, and he'll just go extra slow past our house, and he'll literally just look at us and look at everything in our garage. Like, what are you trying to do? Steal some kids? Come and rob my house? Like, you're kind of creeping me out. But that's not the only creepy thing. Now, my cousin was here the other day, and we were going to go to the park. We heard the ice cream man, and I told him about the sketchy ice cream man that comes down the street. And we just, laughed it off, went to the park, didn't think anything of it. As we were walking to the park, guess who was driving behind us the whole entire time? And we weren't trying to, tell the ice cream man, we were trying to buy ice cream or anything like that. We were just walking, minding our own business, and he was following us the whole entire time. And as we reached the park, he decides he's gonna park at the corner of the street and watch us. Like, yeah, there was people at the park, but nobody was going to get ice cream. He was just parked in the corner where no one could really see him, but we knew he was there. And as we were crossing the street to get to the park, he decides to inch forward and inch more forward and keep inching forward until we took off sprinting. That's how scared we got. Now, I don't have footage of this because I wasn't thinking at the time. I was just panicking. My anxiety was really getting to me. But I'll show you footage of the next part that did happen. So we're sitting on the swings. We're not thinking anything of it. There's a bunch of people at the park, so we're like, okay, we don't feel totally unsafe, because if anything, like if he was going to try and kidnap us or whatever, I'm sure somebody at the park one of the adults would have, said something, done something. But anyway, so we're sitting on the swings, and I'm sorry about the footage being all shaky and everything. And he goes over to this street. There's 3 streets. And he goes over to this one street that looks right over to the park. It's diagonal from the park, and nobody's there. And he just parks at the corner of that street. He just parks there and he watches us the whole entire time we're there. And how do I know he was watching us? Because as we were getting creeped out by him just sitting there, we decided we're feeling a little uncomfortable. We're just going to go home. And we start to walk away from the park and he starts to leave. So we're like, okay, maybe he is going to go to another street or he's leaving. No, as we're walking home, we hear the ice cream music and it's getting louder and louder and louder. And I did not record any of this either because in this moment I was panicking, I was nervous, I get really scared and I panic when this ice cream truck comes down the street because I've never had any experience like this before. So as we're walking home, we try to go down these streets where we see like people outside and everything, so that way we feel a little bit more comfortable. And as we make it to the circle where we go to our neighborhood, the music stops. So we think, okay, maybe he just lost where we were. He doesn't know where we went. Thank goodness. We reach my park. And guess what? We start to hear the ice cream music again. He's coming down our street. So we not only panic, we take off running as fast as we can. We don't look behind us. We just keep bolting to my house. And we hurry up and get in the house. That is how scared we were. And ever since this happened, like I said, I don't like being around this ice cream truck, even though I'm at my own house. If I hear him coming down the street, I will not go outside in my front yard. And I'm not one to typically get scared over something like this. But it's just like what they say when you're younger, that don't take candy from a guy in a van. Yeah, that's kind of how it felt like. Don't buy ice cream from this ice cream man because you don't know what he's doing. And I have never seen him do this to anybody else. This is the first time that I've ever experienced this with anybody, like a car or another ice cream truck, whatever. But like, we were so scared that I almost called the cops on this ice cream truck. Like, I was literally trying to record to get his license plates just so I can make a report on him for how sketchy he was being. But if this happens again, which I hope to God it does not ever happen again, but if it does, this time I will call on him and make a report. From that day forward, it makes me not want to ever buy ice cream from another ice cream truck again. It makes me want to stay far, far away from any ice cream truck as possible. And like I keep saying, I've never had this happen before. Like, I've bought from ice cream trucks in the past and it's just been the normal doing their business thing. But this guy, if an ice cream truck just starts randomly following you to your destination, something's wrong. Because we were not nagging this guy on. We were not telling him, oh, we want ice cream. Minding my own business. And he's following me the whole time. And he looks into my garage all the time. And he's always driving so slow. Now, I've experienced something like this with a car where a car was driving so slow, following me and my mom around. It was really late at night. They were just following us home, and you get kind of sketched out and creeped out by this type of thing. Like, this ice cream man knows where I live. So if he wanted to do anything, he knows where I live. He's seen me plenty of times outside, but I've never thought of anything of it until I saw him start driving really slow, start looking around, looking in people's garages, and like, we did tell my parents and my cousin's parents what happened, and they did tell us that we should have called the police on him. We should have tried to get his license and call on him. That if it happens again, to stay very close to each other and call the cops if we feel unsafe. And that, thank God, the park was packed with a bunch of adults, because that at least made them more, made them feel better that we were at least a little more safer at the park than us just being there by ourselves, because you never know what's going to happen. And to all my younger viewers out there, if you are ever sketched out, creeped out by anything like this, don't go out alone. Don't go anywhere alone. It doesn't matter how old you are. I am in my 20s and this man was still following me. So it doesn't matter, young, old. You can still have something happen to you from anybody. Always keep a phone on you, maybe even some pepper spray. I'm not going to say keep a pocket knife on you, especially if you're younger, but at least keep something on you that if something does happen or you do get really sketched out, that you're able to protect yourself. Pepper spraying them or calling the cops, that is your best option. So don't go out alone by yourself. Always have something to protect you, and never go near an ice cream truck. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed or want any more story times, please just leave a like and subscribe.